Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries with Wealth Authority TV. And this is the show that's to help financial advisors and wealth managers and the entire industry with image issues. And I have an expert today, an author, Robert Begley. Robert, please introduce yourself.
Well, thank you, Henry. Yes, I am author of the Amazon bestseller, Voices of Reason, Lessons for Liberty's Leaders. And I analyze several speeches, historic speeches, and show their impact that today's business leaders can learn from. And the framework I use is Aristotle's rhetoric. So there's ethos, which is the moral character of the speaker. Logos is the logical argument that the speaker gives. And then pathos is the emotional connection between the speaker and his audience. And this topic is very important because financial advisors, people in finance, there's an image that is out there. And so I believe, Henry, going from uh, they're not starting on third base, which is often this kind of description of them. And why is that the case? Well, between Hollywood, the media, there's a portrayal of the Gordon Gekko, the Bernie Madoff types, the Wolf of Wall Street, that they're just about moving people's money around. So they're coming in with this level of distrust, and so they need to show they have moral character. That's my California Business Journal named me the number world's leading moral character speaking coach. So I always like to look at that. And these people in the industry create value. They help people in times of need. They show how their money can grow. I've worked in estate planning. So, and I know when people lose loved ones, they want their money to go where they want it to instead of, and if they don't, I often say the government's going to decide if you don't. But I kind of feel like wealth advisors, because there's a negative image of them, they tend to just talk facts and figures and 401ks and these terms that the regular person doesn't really understand. So what I think they need to do is just show their value, give stories of families who they helped when again either losing a loved one. I'll also talk to myself as someone who grew up on welfare, number 8 out of 9 children. My mother said, always work, always save, and invest. And so I learned from a young age. I had a paper route, Henry, when I was 12 years old, came home with 15 bucks. I felt like Rockefeller. And she goes, come over, 3 5s. And she takes one of the fives and says, for room and board. Okay. But that was a lesson to me about working, saving, investing. So I think if financial advisors can show the importance of that to their clients, that it's a long game. It's a long game. It's not immediate, quick bucks. And I just feel like the more they're aware of that, of speaking, telling stories of people they've helped, and kind of showing, no, I'm not Gordon Gekko. What we do is a noble profession. This is what distinguishes wealthier countries from non-wealthy countries. Dictatorships don't have financial advisors. They have embezzlers, And if you go back in history, when the GDP was just a lot lower, these people were not really. They either didn't exist or they were really poorly. They were looked at very negatively. I
Yeah.
spoke a lot there.
But that is, you see ratings a lot of times. They put financial advisors up with used car salesmen
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
people of this ilk. So they are starting not at zero, but they're starting at a negative point that they've got to overcome that. And
Yes,
now you're a presentation coach and a speaking coach.
yes.
What are the tips that you give to help build trust?
Number one is know your audience. Who are they? Are they single women who want to put food on their chil food in their family's mouth? Are they executives who want to invest in the future? Are they risk takers? Whoever your audience is, you find a way to connect with them and talk in terms they understand. And there's a story for any audience that I think they can relate to and earn your trust. If you speak their language and not over their head with all these acronyms and terms that they really don't know, interest rates and the principle and this like that. I feel like, frankly, I think, Henry, this should be taught. Financial management should be taught from a young age. Like I said, my mother taught me right then and there. I need to earn money. If it's being taken away. Oh, and my brother was in the other room. My older brother says, "Wait till you start paying taxes." Okay. When when she took five, so he's
If
like,
you think
"That's
Mama's bad, wait till you meet Uncle Sam.
you're right. Perfect, perfect." So I feel like as a presentation coach, speak in terms that they show them the value they will get if they start here. Compound interest is, Benjamin Franklin, Warren Buffett call, the greatest thing one can do with one's wealth. So, but plain English so your audience can understand. That is how I believe they can earn the trust. And just give example after example, perhaps show some charts of what wealth was like, before the 18th, 19th century, where most of the people throughout most of history, 90% were living in bare subsistence. And it was only when financial services became a legitimate profession where people could invest and earn something in exchange for their investments, that risk taking, that you see this great advancement in society, this great prosperity, um, um, improvement, and consequently, the standard of living also raised.
Robert, thank you so much for spending some time with us. I see we're out of time, but I'd love to have you back as a guest sometime.
Sure,
Um,
absolutely.
okay.
One of my favorite subjects. Oh, no, Lou Rukeyser, my favorite guy. I grew up watching him. And
Uh,
this is what he says: economics puts people to sleep, money wakes them up.
well, that's the end line. So until next time, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Yes. Thank you so much, Henry. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Robert. Bye bye.